Hi, everyone, and a very warm welcome to all of you to this episode of All Things Lean with your host, Madhulika Rajahan. In our last episode, we talked about positive friction and how you can use it to create better experiences. We will talk about the same a bit further in this episode as well. While friction in UX is typically something you want to minimize, adding friction can improve the user experience and contribute to good design in many situations. So, what is friction? Friction refers to points during an interaction that makes it more difficult for a user to complete a task or achieve a goal, generally leading to a poor user experience. This means users go through additional steps and wait times that are considered unnecessary or disruptive. Ever sat thinking and staring at a blank web page, waiting for it to load? Or have you had to click through 5 pages just to unsubscribe from a service? That's friction. Positive friction also inserts additional steps, but to the user's benefit. It alerts a user who may be running on autopilot about an important step during an interaction and its potential consequences. The goal is to prevent them from making mistakes, place control back in their hands, and give them a chance to learn or change behaviors. In our last episode, we have already spoken about confirming or validating important actions and use positive friction to benefit users' health and well-being and encourage behavioral change. Let's talk about enhancing security. With cybersecurity becoming an ever increasing risk, we have seen the rise of two-step authentication, where logging in with only a password is no longer enough. When trying to access an account, especially with sensitive information, you have to confirm your identity by entering a code sent to you via an email, text, or app notification. Apps on your phone will often ask you to authenticate actions using biometrics, that is, using your fingerprint, voice, or face, rather than sending you a code via a secondary method, which is slightly faster but still a point of positive friction. Shortened perceived time. Years ago, Houston airports suffered from many complaints about long wait times at their baggage claim. Even when they reduced wait times to within the industry standards of 8 minutes, complaints kept flooding in. After investigation, they found that it only took passengers 1 minute to walk from the gate to the baggage claim, where they would then have to wait 7 minutes to collect their bags. This was a problem because when people have to wait around with nothing to do, time feels like it passes much more slowly. If they are engaged in an activity, they perceive the time passing more quickly. So Houston Airport decided to move the arrival gate further away from the main terminal and send the bags to the furthest carousel, increasing the walk time to 6 minutes and decreasing the wait time to only 2 minutes. The number of complaints dropped drastically as people's perceived time was suddenly a lot shorter. The same principle of perceived time applies to loading times on websites, in apps, or anywhere people would otherwise be sitting around idle. This is why many sites or apps will add animation, a loading bar, or a loading message while loading content that can briefly occupy your brain and make the wait feel less long than if you are staring at a blank page. To provide a learning opportunity. People are wired to learn new things. Without it, we could end up becoming as unintelligent and lazy as the Eloi in H.G. Wells' novel The Time Machine. A popular type of positive friction, often used in video games, is the tutorial. Instead of giving you full reign and access to all your abilities right from the start, games will first ask you to go through a carefully designed starter level or zone to familiarize you with basic gameplay mechanics. The same principle applies when you download a new app. Applications often include an onboarding flow to highlight the most important UI element one by one. Often you can skip or very quickly click through tutorials, choosing to eliminate the friction yourself. But beware of the additional cognitive load you may have to deal with as you figure out everything yourself. Gray areas of friction versus positive friction. In 2018, Cass Sunstein, one of the founding fathers of the popular concept of nudge in behavioral economics, wrote an essay about sludge, nudge's evil twin. In most cases, sludge is synonymous with friction. In his essay, Sunstein's starting point was the 9.78 billion hours of government-imposed paperwork Americans had to get through in 2015 to access important licenses and benefits. He argued that due to human behavioral biases, many wouldn't complete the paperwork and therefore miss out on what could be life-changing goods and services. If the process of getting benefits is too easy, however, people who don't need the benefits may be incentivized to apply for them as well. As a result, those who need them most may not get the benefits because the money has already been given to someone else. In this case, there is a trade-off between making goods and services more accessible and adding enough friction to discourage just anyone from applying for them. A good user experience sacrifice for the common good. It is by no means ideal because those most in need have to face the challenge of paperwork, and it can only be a temporary solution till a better system is in place that ensures that benefits go to the right people. That is a design challenge in itself. So, a quick recap. Positive friction in user experience can play an important role in both digital and real life. When designed well, it makes us more mindful of our actions and gives us opportunities to learn. If you plan to incorporate friction while designing, consider the following questions. Does the friction prevent mistakes the users might otherwise make? Drive positive behavioral change? Protect a user's account or data? Or engage a user to make wait times feel shorter? Give the users an opportunity to learn. If the answer to any of these questions is yes, consider including friction in your design. Remember that friction, if implemented poorly, can turn an experience sour. So conduct user research and test each design decision thoroughly before releasing a frictional experience in the wild. With this, we come to an end to this episode of All Things Lean. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment in the comment section on what you'd like to hear more. Until next time, this is your host, Madhulika Rachahan, signing off. Have a wonderful day ahead.